Maurice Harris is tough. Everyone's going to see that big game from last week and quote unquote chase it, and I get it. I'm taking some shares of Doxson. I know he's more of a deep ball threat, not going to be peppered with targets, but in terms of upside, I think he's got some, potential because he's a red zone target. He caught a touchdown last week. Not going to be nearly as popular as the other guys. And then, yes, in a weak tight end situation, I get it. I get going back to Jordan Reed. He's done nothing but burn everybody. And I can't say that he doesn't do that again, but just by lack of other options, he is in play.
Yep, he is. And again, it doesn't feel great at all. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that this is a pure smash spot for him, but I have to go back here. I have to. 4,400, and I'm sure YouTube chat will start popping up with "Don't play Jordan Reed." You know what? You're probably not wrong, but I'm still gonna have some.
It's hard.
Look, Alex Smith has been another matchup-proof guy, meaning that it doesn't matter how good or bad the matchup is; he's still dog shit.
That's right. He's in the Henry bucket.
Right.
So bad.
But nevertheless, if there's ever a spot for Jordan Reed to do something of value, it'll be here. This is his last chance, and I will give him one more shot.
Yeah, the Bucs.
Go ahead.
The Bucs defense is just so bad at the same time that if I do see a narrative where Peterson is affected and they have to go to more of an aerial attack, and it works against this Bucs secondary and middle of the field, that's just atrocious.
So bad. And if you can't protect Smith, then Reed will at least either they keep him back to block, or he's sitting there 5-6 yards downfield and gets peppered with short yard targets, one or the other. Hopefully the latter. All right, Tampa Bay, Fitzpatrick, Mike Evans, Deshaun, Godwin. Where are you at here?
Don't have a lot of any of this, honestly. It's a team that it's 11 games. You can't have them all. And Mike Evans is just perpetually, the floor is so low for a guy that's up there. I get the ceilings there.
10 targets, 1 reception, 16 yards last week.
What is that? That's just horrendous. That's so hard to do off 10 targets. Like, I can't. And then you have Adam Humphries, who's it makes it tougher to play Godwin when Humphries is getting kind of that certainly major work right now. The running backs are a disaster. I get Peyton Barber and Cash if you want to go there. Don't think you need to if Ronald Jones is out. But again, a team that, all in all, I'm not sure that I'm not looking to Fitzpatrick in that really domino effect. I don't have many of his weapons either.
Yeah. Neither do I.
Mm-hmm.
I have more than you, though, it seems.
Yeah, I'm pretty light.
Yeah, I still have some interest here. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. I mean, this is still a spot where I think Evans can put up huge numbers. And I think the biggest reason is because they don't have a run game. Like, I don't ever expect Peyton Barber to carry this team. I don't expect Jacquizz Rodgers to come in there and put numbers up on the ground. If they're going to score points, it's going to be through the air. So that is why I have interest in Evans and OJ Howard and Deshaun against this former team, because Fitzpatrick won't have any choice but to throw, Ben. And that's what I keep coming back to. They don't have an efficient or effective run game by any metric.
No, that's true. Djax is, if I had to pick one against his former teams, Price isn't horrendous, and he's always that deep threat. I don't mind looking to him a little bit, but again, all in all, I'm definitely lighter on the Bucs than you are.
All right, sounds good to me. Then we can keep this going. I think we can pretty much skip the Jets and Buffalo.
It's my game, my favorite game. I love it.
You're kidding, right?
I mean, I do love these teams, but no, this is the worst game, obviously, on the slate.
Jets defense.
It's hard not to play them. This has become a situation. I've been, last week I didn't go to the Bears. I thought you could get away with that. Spoiler alert, can't get away with that. The Bills are a different animal in terms of bad. Matt Barkley, who knows what we see? It can't be good, though. Jets at home, fire up that defense.
Yep, I'm going to do it. I had like 30% Bears, and then really had wished that I had a lot more than that last week. I mean, seriously, just wished I had a whole lot more than that, Ben, because it was the easiest play. But like you said, I felt like I could at least get away with not going there on every single on every single lineup. Not the case. It should have been. This is just a putrid team, and it doesn't matter who's at quarterback. It's Matt Barkley today. It doesn't matter.
No, Josh Allen's obviously in a different class for me, but he's certainly not playing. Matt Barkley, yeah, we don't need to talk about him. He's just bad. The only other guys I want to mention on the whole game are two cheapies, Enunwa and Elijah McGuire. Elijah McGuire in particular, he's only 3,400, and he's explosive. May not get many looks, but he will make the most of his touches.
Yeah, absolutely. I also agree that this is a very enticing spot. I don't think I'm going there to either, though, just because I keep finding players with more value at a similar price. So let's move on here. Chargers in Oakland. It seems at this point that Gruden just doesn't want to get his good players the ball because he's trying to get some top draft picks.
Yeah.
Going to Jared Cook less, even though he's been their guy and their most effective pass catcher. Doug Martin seeing touches but doing nothing with them. Jalen Richard is a total question mark. I just don't want to. I don't really have any interest in guessing where it's going to come from, even at $4,700 for Derek Carr. But on the other side, Melvin Gordon has been an absolute monster all season long. Phillip Rivers hasn't shown us those big ceiling games recently, but he's also thrown for multiple touchdowns in every game this season, and now he gets Oakland in the black hole. And then you have, of course, Keenan Allen, Terrell Williams. This is a game where I will have a decent amount of Chargers for sure.
Yep, Melvin Gordon. I know he's priced in Gurley range this week, but it's for a good reason. He is matchup proof. They get him the ball, not just run it. He finds the end zone at a ridiculous rate. Raiders, even though they're coming off a Thursday game where they're embarrassed, and I expect them to play harder at least, they're not gonna be able to stop this offense anyway.
Dude, did this show just cut off?
I don't know.
I think you're good.
It says stream ended 7 minutes ago. Let me refresh it. Keep talking, Ben, and because we don't have a ton of time anyway.
For me, it's just a situation where Rivers, Allen, you mentioned him, Tyrell Williams. It's just a multitude of targets.
It ended. It's a wrap, dude.
You're still live.
No.
All right, because I just refreshed and the video is not live. It ended. Anymore. It's a wrap, right, dude.
Well, play
now it is. Oh well, look. Okay, now it's back. I guess. Okay, that's really weird.
The Raiders are so bad that they canceled the stream, honestly, and that's what we're talking about. They're just, it's a mess. But yeah, that's all I have. I don't have too much from this game. I don't think it's one to really break down. You can load up on the Chargers if you want to run it back with a Raider. Mine would be Jared Cook.
All right, sounds good. Look at all that. You're live. You still here? Live. You're live. Okay, I got you. I appreciate it, boys. I appreciate it. Yeah, Ben, I'm going to Gordon. I'm going to Rivers. I think this could be the ceiling game for Rivers. And if it isn't, like, Rivers just makes for such a good cash game play because even if it's not a ceiling game, it's very, very rare that he's going to kill you in this spot, Yeah.
We've seen it. He hasn't had to, for a multitude of reasons, really unleash, go all out, right, and he's not killed you any of those weeks.
Yep, exactly. So of course I'll be going back to him. I'll be going to a lot of this team, and I'll just keep it simple because we don't have a ton of time here. But Melvin, Keenan, Rivers, even sprinkle in some Tyrell and Mike, preferably Tyrell because I think the big play upside is there, and both of them are cheap. But it's just a game where the Chargers should put up a heck of a lot of points, and I want to be there when they do with their 29.8 implied total, which is one of the highest on this slate. Okay, Green Bay and Miami. I'm going to let you run with this one. All I'm going to say is Aaron Jones has been my guy all season. You know that. And I've been very happy to see that he's getting work. Even though he fumbled last game, they still McCarthy didn't go away from him. I think this game, if you're an Aaron Jones guy like I am, sets up for him to finally have that potential 100-yard, 17, 18 carry game at home against Miami where they're big favorites. I do like Aaron Jones here. Where do you stand on the Packers as a whole?
Yeah, super high on the Packers as a whole. This is a game, they've come off two hard games, Rams, Patriots, now in Lambeau against the Dolphins. This is a get-right spot. So if you want to go through the pass, I get it. Rodgers, MVS, Devontae Adams, who's just quietly a stud.
Yep.
Or if you want to go on the ground, yeah, Aaron Jones. Obviously, Ty Montgomery is one less guy you got to worry about. It's just that effective across the board with the Packers. If I didn't play the Jets defense, I would play the Packers defense. I think they cause a lot of problems for Osweiler and the Dolphins. And that's basically all I got. I'm not chasing Stills or Parker. Drake. If I made 100 lineups, I might have a couple stabs, but not anything where I'm really seriously going all aggressive on the Dolphins.
Yeah. I'm not really on the Dolphins whatsoever, but I am going to be I'm going to be high on Aaron Jones. I'm going to have a decent amount of Valdez Scantling. I think that's a good spot for him. And with Rodgers, I just worry that he's not really going to have to throw much in the second half and might have 3 touchdowns, but like 200 total yards.
Definitely a possibility. Similar to Rivers, and this game could get out of hand not just because of Rodgers. There's other ways for the Packers to be effective.
For sure. Talk to me about the Rams and Seattle. And yeah, as you said, I just don't have any interest in Miami here. I do think Drake is interesting. I should have said, I think Drake's interesting. If they fall behind early, I know he missed a bunch of blocking assignments. He's a huge risk, only playing him in tournaments. But Drake to me could have a big game here, just in the passing game alone.
He's the only Dolphin I have any exposure to. So
me too. So so we're clear on that. All right, let's close it out. We got about 2 minutes here. Rams and Seattle in LA. What do you make of this game between an 8-1 team and the Seattle team that lost on a dropped ball in the end zone by David Moore last week?
Yeah, Seattle's been playing better than I thought they would. Obviously, the Rams are coming home maybe a little angry. First loss. All the weapons are back. So now you got 3. It's not just Cooks versus Woods. Now you got to throw in Cup. Very difficult to distinguish. I know I get that question all the time. I always say that, Cooks, I think, is the bigger wild card. If you want to go right back to Gurley after his bad 20-point game, obviously save the funds and go there. And then on the other side, I don't have a ton. Now, this Mike Davis news, if he is in fact the lead back there, that changes things. Definitely interesting there. Baldwin, I know he's been killing everyone. I do have some stabs just as a buy low candidate in a game where, I do expect the Seahawks to be trailing. Not overloading the game, but Mike Davis pending the Carson news and Doug Baldwin.
Yeah, Mike Davis for me as well. There's no question I'm going to have some of him in there, and it looks like we're going to get him. So I'm going to be playing Mike Davis. Try and get him in that flex spot if possible.
Definitely.
Cooks, I like Woods here the most, and then Cooks and Cup, but all of them can have big games. We don't need to talk to you about Gurley. We know exactly what he's about. He's going to put up numbers as he always does. And then on the other side, as you mentioned, I think Davis is the guy, but I will have some Baldwin. I'm just going to mix and match really with some Lockett, Baldwin, and more, because against this Rams team, one of these guys, Ben, is going to have a game. They just have to.
Yeah, they have to. That's really it. You're going to have to keep up because, regardless of what happens, the Rams will put up some points.
Exactly. And it's very difficult to predict which one of them it's going to be, but it will be one of them. So with that much, we will get out of here for the day. We wish you guys the best of luck. And it's any hot takes, Ben, anyone that you're off just completely that's going to be highly owned before we head out?
That I'm fading?
Yeah, just completely.
I'm not on Kamara, really. Not that he's going to be overly popular. I couldn't get there.
All right, stick around. NFL Live Before Lock coming up, taking you to 1 p.m. Thanks as always for hanging out. Hit that like button for us. It does us many, many favors. We'll catch you back here next time on The Game Plan.